We are back. That's right. We are back for Football 101. Football 101 Week in Review. I am the Beetle. Week in Review number 2. Week number 2. And this is week number 2 in review. This is the Beetle. And yes, I'm going to go over the scores, go over the highlights of week number 2 in the NFL. The NFL. That's right. Wow, a number of upsets, and yes, I'm taping this show on a Wednesday, again, after all the prognosticators from Monday, Tuesday, and now, you're going to hear from the Beetle, from these games of week number 2. And of course, I got to give a shout out to Football 101 Fall Preview. My fall preview is coming into play as the season begins. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't sent me an email me. That's right, email me for a copy or subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's right, you want to know all the details of what I thought about during the preseason, during the training camp. Yes, it is coming to bear as the season begins, week number 2. And now, I'm going to start off with Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. 2 Monday Night Footballs. And by the way, that was a pretty excellent double header of Monday Night Football. One on ESPN, the backup crew with the backup crew. I'm just going to say the backup crew. And then on ABC with Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman, yeah, great job, Troy Aikman, and Joe Buck on ABC. It was a great double showing. And the Titans Bills was the first game out of the chute on ESPN. Titans versus the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills crushed the Titans 41-7. 41-7. Josh Allen. Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs. And that defense just clamped down on the very, very predictable Titans offense around Derrick Henry and Tannehill. And like I said in Football 101 review, the Titans are going to bust this season. They are one-trick pony, and they have no other special players on that. When they traded away AJ Brown, that's it. They have no deep threat at all. So, like I said, they're crunching the box. Derrick Henry couldn't get up going, and Tannehill threw an interception. He threw a touchdown, an interception, at which the linebacker took it to the house. The defense was awesome. Yeah, baby. They were bringing it all game long. The defense was phenomenal, and that's what I really like about the Bills defense. They were bringing it from day one, and they didn't stop. They continued to bring it from start to finish. And I would have to say that Von Miller on that defense, yeah, I had to make sure. Von Miller was just bringing that pain, bringing the pressure, and Tannehill was just completely out of whack. And matter of fact, they replaced Tannehill by the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter. Here comes Malik Willis, and give him a shot. And Malik did his thing. He couldn't do much, but again, give this, like I said, it's just a matter of time for the Titans and for them to throw in the towel. But it was complete domination by the Buffalo Bills. And watch out for the Bills. They're just cranking it up to another level. And yes, they will be there. AFC Championship game. You can bank on it. Unless they have some serious injury. But I think right now they just need to, not get too confident. And it's hard not to get too confident because they are such a well-balanced team. And so they just need to constantly improve each and every step. The Titans, they're physical, but they just don't have creativity on their offense and their defense. Their defense is physical, but they're slow. And Stephon Diggs just put on a show. Throwing the ball, he was a slot receiver. And he was able to make his catches and make his reads, and then excellent TDs by Stephon Diggs. So give it up to the Buffalo Bills, dominating. And then the second Monday Night Football, Minnesota Vikings versus my Eagles. Fly, Eagle, fly. That's right, fly, Eagle, fly. Oh man, I'm loving Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. And even Devontae Smith got in on the action. Matter of fact, what I heard not off camera, but pregame, a little bit of pregame off to the side, which Troy Aikman and Joe Buck kind of mentioned that they wanted to get Devontae Smith some catches because last game he didn't get any catches. So they focused to Devontae Smith in the slot, and he was even on the outside. So they featured a bit more right at the beginning. Let's get Devontae Smith in the fold, and he caught some great patches. Give him credit, but when they threw the ball to AJ Brown, he just looked so good, so dominating. And they were doubling up A.J. Brown already. The Vikings were doubling up. Peterson was on the outside for the Vikings corner. Made a big play, by the way. Peterson even blocked a kick, a field goal kick. So give it up to the Vikings were hanging in. But Cousins, he was singing the ball, but he had 3 interceptions. That's right. He had 3 interceptions. And my boy, Darius Slay, corner, was matched up against Jefferson. Yes. TikTok. Jefferson. Not TikTok, but he was more the gritty dance. Well, he didn't dance. There was no gritty. And matter of fact, did you see the one touchdown by Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts, actually his first touchdown run, he did the gritty, and then at the end, he sliced it off. He gave it, said, forget that. Check it out. I mean, this is one thing you're going to get on Football 101. You're going to get the extra. Jalen Hurts did his dance on the first touchdown, did a little bit of the gritty, and then shook it off and said, this is Philly. So watch it. That's a little gamesmanship that Philly brings. And Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, man, I'm just loving the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to be there in the NFC Championship game, no doubt about it. They have a potential, big time potential to go to the Super Bowl. They are just starting to get in the groove. Jalen Hurts was making the great reads. I mean, he ran when he needed to. He sat in the pocket when he needed to. He hit and dumped off players. They had a great running attack against the Vikings. Again, the Vikings tried to get it going, but it was just too much. And they were still in the game by the end of the fourth quarter. They were starting to crank it up, but they made critical mistakes at the very end. At the very end. So Cousins was looking good. He was zinging the ball, but they just couldn't finish out the drives. And it's just that the Eagles' defense was tenacious, stepping up at the right time. So again, Darius Slay, fantastic job, shut down Jefferson. Jefferson was frustrated. You saw him on the sideline throwing and slamming his helmet down with his The cameras will always zoom in on Jefferson because he has the glittery teeth now. He has the glittery, shiny teeth. So, it's when you prime yourself up, and he is an elite wide receiver, no doubt. But my boys, my DBs, we're going to bring it. We're going to bring it on those primetime wide receivers. And Darius Slay, yeah, veteran Darius Slay, he brought it. I love it. So it was a little gamesmanship, and Darius Slay, yeah, he brought it. So again, calming down. If those wide receivers, take note, big time wide receiver. If you get a big time corner, guess what's going to happen? They're going to bring it, okay? So Imano. Props to my DBs, props to Darius Slay. There you go. I have to give a shout out to defense and my corners. Okay, next game. Oh, Chargers lose to the Chiefs. Patty Mahomes and them won 27-24. Matter of fact, the Chargers started this game on a groove, and Justin Herbert, they were up 10-0, and then the Chiefs kind of pick away, and made critical plays towards by the end, and won just by 3 points. And by the way, the Chargers did not have my boy Keenan Allen, their number one wide receiver in the game. So I figured this was going to be a tall order for the Chargers, but they hung in there. They came in there with very confident. They were very confident, and again, just did not finish drives. Just did not make those critical plays to keep the sticks going. So give props to the Chiefs. They won at home. Okay. So Patty Mahomes won at home. There you go. Next. Oh my gosh, I'm moving on to the next. Next, I gotta go move on. Let me just say, Colts versus Jaguars. Versus Jaguars. The Jaguars put a hurting on the Colts. 24-0. 24-0. They put a hurting on Matty Ryan. I told you about Matty Ryan. Yeah, Mr. Veteran now with the Colts. Seems like a good fit, but Matty Ryan just doesn't scare anybody. He didn't scare that defense at all. The Jaguars defense just stepped up. They were playing physical. They were flying around. And I felt sorry for the running attack for the Colts. But Matty Ryan, like I said, it's win or you're bust. You're gone. You're sitting. And I guarantee you, if they continue to perform like this, he's sitting the bench. And the coach is going to bring up the other quarterback soon. But that was Trevor Lawrence looked really good. He looked solid. Trevor Lawrence at ETN finally ran well. He was in the mix. So the Jaguars were playing physical. They were hitting on all cylinders. And I really liked the game that they were playing. So they deservedly won that game outright. Give it up to the Jaguars. They're taking a turn. Jaguars look good, y'all. And the Colts, sorry, Matty Ryan. Matty Ice. No, I don't feel sorry. Next. Let me get to the other game. Oh, the Patriots beat the Steelers. The Patriots beat the Steelers 17-14. It was really, they managed to win this game. I thought the Steelers would come out stronger than they did. They were playing at home. And the Steelers, without, TJ Watt, their pass rush was not near as physical. They didn't play with that fire for some reason. And the Patriots was just average. They weren't exceptional at all. And the Steelers just didn't match their intensity. I think they were walking through this game. I think they just assumed that they were going to beat the Patriots. And Mac Jones, they somehow won this game. Trubisky couldn't finish the drives. And there was no other major spark for the Steelers. And like I said, I'm not impressed by their wide receivers. No help with the wide receivers. And Harris was average. So the Steelers played average, but they should have won this game at home. So this gives you an indication that the Steelers will be struggling, because the Patriots they were not impressive at all. Next game. Oh, I'm going to go with the Falcons-Rams, and the Rams won 31-27. And the Falcons really made it a game late in the game, scoring 17 points in the fourth quarter. They started off slow. Mariota threw an interception, fumble, interception, and the Rams didn't look that great at all. Stafford threw an interception. Again, the Rams are exactly what I anticipated. The Falcons just need to believe in themselves. Like I said, Mariota just need to cut down the turnovers. If Mariota cuts down the turnovers, they can win. They can steal some games. So I'm telling, not asking. Football 101 don't ask. Football 101 is telling. Mariota, step up. Mariota, step up. Y'all can have a great season. You're 0-2. Step up. You're given a chance to start. Step up, Mariota. That's my team, the Falcons. I love your energy. Step up, Mariota. And so that was a disappointing loss on my part from the Falcons. But as anticipated, the Rams are not that great. Okay. Next game. Oh, let me just go. Panthers versus Giants. The Giants beat the Panthers. That's right. The Giants beat the Panthers at home. Another hard-fought battle. Panthers came out really hard. I give them credit. I saw majority of this game. Their defense stepped up. Last week their defense was lethargic against the Browns, but this week the Panthers defense, they were making plays. They were making it tough on Daniels. And Saquon was really struggling to get yardage. And shout out to head coach Brian Daboll for the Giants, just keeping it creative, just managing the game. And he just really managed the game much better than the Panthers. And really like his coaching style. Brian Daboll is phenomenal already. And he got the team believing when they know they should win this game, but sometimes when you have the talent, they just don't believe. Right now, he's making the good moves, great moves. So the Giants, well-deserved 2-0, and the Panthers, like I said about the Panthers and the coach, he's pathetic. I'm calling him out again. He's just pathetic. I'm sick and tired of it. Excuse after excuse. He needs to be fired. Matt Rule need to be fired. I'm tired of all the mistakes. And they tried to get Christian McCaffrey into the mix. He was doing well, no doubt. McCaffrey was running hard. But you got to be more creative. Have to be more creative. Put him in the slot. Put him out wide. Be creative. So the Panthers fall to the Giants 19-16. Let me get to the Bears and Packers. Packers win 27-10 over the Bears as anticipated in Green Bay. Yes, Aaron Rodgers did his thing with the not even average Bears secondary and defense. It really wasn't a game from start. Justin Fields couldn't groove it up. He couldn't groove it up. And again, Justin Fields has still a much longer way to go, okay, to elevate this team. Justin Fields needs help. He needs time. And again, this is a learning year. Let me just say, a learning year for Justin Fields. And Aaron Rodgers didn't really have to do much in this game. So the Bears lost to the Packers 27-10. Let me get to the Texans versus Broncos. Yes, the Broncos beat the Texans. The Broncos beat the Texans 16-9. 16-9. And yes, my boy Russell Wilson. Let's ride. They play good. I watched this game too, and Russell Wilson was still struggling a bit, trying to get these first downs, micromanaging stuff, and it's just going to come. It's coming. He's trying to get in the flow. He's trying to get in rhythm with the wide receivers. It takes time. And Texans were bringing it. They were their defense is really good, and I was impressed by their running attack, their offense, and the Texans were right there. They made it a game. And even in the Broncos' first game, the Broncos fans were getting restless because, again, Russell Wilson just wasn't getting the first down. And they were manageable. But the call, Hackett is going to have to change his play calling because it's very predictable. They couldn't get those first downs again and again and again. So, but Russell Wilson managed to make the right hook up with the wide receiver, and they won 16-9 in this game. So again, plenty of room for improvement for my boy Russell Wilson. And let's ride. Okay, next game. Yeah, I'm going to give a shout out to. I'm switching. I'm going to get a shout out to the Bengals versus Cowboys. And the Cowboys beat my Bengals. Makes no sense. I'm like, makes no sense. Wah. Like I said, the Bengals are lethargic. Joe Burrow is not in the groove yet. See, when you miss training camp and you come off the AFC Championship game, the Super Bowl game, they still living on last year, and they're not stepping up. They're not impressive. They don't look intimidating. They should have came in the Cowboys Stadium and been intimidate them, because the Cowboys had a backup quarterback. What's his name? Rush? Whatever his name is, I don't know his name. And even Ezekiel Elliott was looking halfway average. I said, come on, you giving Ezekiel Elliott, making him look good? Where was the shutting down defense? Where was that front line shutting them down? What happened to the linebackers were not filling in? And what's his name? Cooper Rush or whatever his name, quarterback, make him look good. And then they win with the field goal at the end of the game. The Bengals look lethargic, very predictable offense, by the way. I'm calling out the head coach. Predictable offense. Joe Burrow still in the pocket, getting pressured. Predictable offense. They're overconfident. They're 0-2. So now the pressure is really on. That makes no sense. The Bengals they're getting what they deserve. I'm sorry, they're getting what they deserve. Okay? And you just can't turn it on. You got to put the time in, the practice in, the studying in. And someone has to call out every player in that team. So I'm waiting for that. Will it be Joe Burrow? Will it be Mixon? Will it be Higgins? Will it be Lamar Chase? Who's going to step up and call out these superstars? Bengals are in big trouble. Then, next game. Let me get to the next game. Oh my gosh. Seahawks versus 49ers. 49ers win 27-7. That's right. 49ers win 27-7 over the Seahawks. As I told you, Seahawks are vanilla. But what happened in this game? was the turning point of the 49ers season. Trey Lance, like I said last week, Trey Lance need to step up. When they lost against the Bears, I said he's going to have to step up. Well, guess what? He tried to step up and got hurt, injured. He's out for the year, broken fibula and broken something else. And guess what? I hate to say this, and even Shanahan knows that's the reason why you re-signed Garoppolo. He came off the bench. He knows the offense. He scores touchdown. And did you see, here's the other thing, did you see how the players rallied around Garoppolo when he just came in? He scored that touchdown. The entire offensive line just hugged him, just greeted him right on the field. That told me, yeah, Garoppolo is still the leader of that team. Garoppolo is the man. And even my boy Deebo Samuel said, yeah, I feel good about Garoppolo. And they know Garoppolo gonna make bonehead mistakes, but he knows the Shanahan offense. He's not scared, unfortunately, like Trey Lance. So, unbeknownst to the 49ers, they're getting Garoppolo for the rest of the season. And this, I'm on tape for this. This is the better chance for them to make it to the NFC Championship game and potentially to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I said it. NFC Championship game and potentially to the Super Bowl. Because why? They have Deebo Samuel. It's all about the Deebo. And, oh yes, Bosa on defense. Nick Bosa. It's all about the defense and Deebo. Yeah, Garoppolo, we like him. Yeah, experience. But it's all about the Deebo. And that offense, I just love the Shanahan offense. So, next, Commanders versus Lions. The Lions win. 36-27. 36-27 over the Commanders. And yes, Jared Goff looked good, looked solid. Aiden Hutchinson gets 3 sacks. My boy Aiden Hutchinson from University of Michigan. Yeah, I'm giving up the University of Michigan. Why not? He does his thing. And like I told you, Hutchinson will be all pro. That's right, all pro. And yes, Swift looked great, running touchdowns. And St. Brown, wide receiver, scores 2 touchdowns. Wow. They were hitting on all cylinders. They came out fast. They held off the Commanders from making a run. Solid game. I saw the locker room talk by the coach. And again, Campbell said the right things. He hitting all cylinders. He just said, one game, guys. Just one game. But we look good in this one game. Let's build from this one game. I love the Lions, the attitude, the new swagger, the new, just the feeling for the Detroit Lions. So again, they're just getting into the flow, and a great mix of athletes, players coming together. Next, Buccaneers versus Saints. That's right, the Buccaneers. I'm not going out of order. I'm not going to wait till all the end. Buccaneers versus the Saints. That's right. The Buccaneers took care of business in New Orleans. And let me just say, the defense stepped up and held the Saints to 10 points. It was a physical. Matter of fact, it was fights off to the side. And that's unfortunate. Don't like to see fights off to the side. And Wetchcall was ejected, suspended, wide receiver, and that's sorry to see. But the interceptions, touchdown by Mike Edwards, was a running back for a touchdown, was excellent. Brady hit a touchdown with the backup wide receiver. Again, he's playing with backup wide receivers now. Evans got thrown out. Mike Evans, like I said, got thrown out. And the Julio Jones injured. and their other number one wide receiver still injured. So, and they just signed Beasley off the practice field, free agent Cole Beasley from the Buffalo Bills. So, and they got Scotty Miller coming in there. You know, Scotty Miller's good, you know, but he's scrappy. But they need more playmakers, and they're injured. But by the time the end of the season, everyone will be healthy. Don't. I'm not worried about that. They'll be healthy. They'll be there. But again, it was a physical game. The Buccaneers did not want to lose in New Orleans again. So they had their swagger, and yeah, my boy Brady, still look good. Still look good. Attitude, and they managed to. The key takeaway from this game was, what the heck was Bruce Arians doing on the sideline? What's the previous head coach Bruce Arians doing on the sideline? He got reprimanded by league officials this week, and I don't know why. I gotta find the backstory to this. I haven't had enough time to find the backstory, but Bruce Arians was on the sidelines like he was the head coach. Todd Bowles has put up enough with Bruce Arians, and so have the other players. Bruce Arians, stay in the press box. That was the biggest thing to me. So yeah, the Buccaneers managed a good solid win against the Saints. Not a good solid win, but they managed to hold on. So that's the key. They're moving forward, even with all their injuries. Oh my. And then let me just get to the next game. I'm saying, nope. Oh. The Jets versus the Browns. The Jets win 31-30 over the Cleveland. I told you, I lost all respect for the Brownies. Okay, you know that. Check my report out. I lost all respect for the Brownies. Okay, and I don't care about how the Brownies play their season. Nick Chubb ran well for the Brownies, but it was veteran Joe Flacco for the Jets coming to sneak out this game with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the game. They were down 13 points, and they managed to win the game in Cleveland. In Cleveland, Joe Flacco put on his Super Bowl jersey, and took it to the Brownies. And let me just say, shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes with Garrett Wilson, former Ohio State Buckeye, just last year scoring 2 touchdowns, and Garrett Wilson looks good. Wow, this brother's fluid. He scored 2 touchdowns, and Breece Hall looked good running. And let me say, I watched closely their number 1 draft. I'm saying this, I'm on air, I'm recording this. Sauce Gardner may be just a bust. I watched his game throughout this game, how he lined up, how he defended the wide receiver. Like I said, he's a big corner, but he's not physical. He doesn't have good technique. He's just flying by his pants right now. He's playing it. He's not being challenged. If there's any, here's a key. Any opposing teams challenge Sauce Gardner one-on-one. His technique is average. It's just that he's big and he's rangy. But he avoids contact. Yeah, Sauce Gardner avoids contact. Just the way he lines up. Just the way how he is while he puts on his uniform and it has these long sleeves. He's trying to pretend to be physical. The brother's not physical. So I'm just throwing this out there. I would challenge Sauce Gardner if I was the opposing teams, because I was not impressed by Sauce Gardner for the Jets. But I really like Robert Saleh, the coach, taking charge of this team. I saw his talk to the players in the locker room at the end of the game. Robert Saleh, he brought it together. He had to step. I was just waiting for him to get the attitude, and he brought it. The players are buying in now. But I knew he had to step up and show more emotion. So, shout out to Robert, the head coach. Saleh, I'm sorry, I'll get his pronunciation correct. But he stepped up. So I really like that. And come on, the Jets are a good team. They have talent. They have that offense. And their defense was flying around. So, shout out to the Jets. Sorry, Brownies. Then, let me get to, I'm almost done. I'm running a little bit long. Let me see. Let me just say, yeah, I wanted to say, the Cardinals beat the Raiders 29-23. The Cardinals beat the Raiders 29-23. Kyler Murray stepped up and was running around, and they just could not sack Kyler Murray. It was just so ridiculous. It seems like the Raiders' defensive line just gave up. They were just too tired running after little Kyler Murray, and he ended up running right, left, in the center, standing there, no one coming after him. Run right and run left again, and then he decides to run and scores a touchdown. It was one of the longest plays and finishers for the Cardinals. And wow, the Raiders, it's their play calling. It's not taking advantage of all their athletes and not getting the ball into Davante Adams' hands from day one. You have throw the ball to Davante Adams. Come on, Carr, throw it again and again and again and again and again. Just play like you got one wide receiver out there. He's gonna break tackles. I don't understand that. I don't understand why Derek Carr is just not throwing him the ball on every damn play. Sorry about that. Come on. The Raiders should not have lost this game. Give it up to Kyler Murray. And I told you, he's got a big chip on his shoulder. So, surprise win by the Cardinals. And even, J.J. Watt even got a sack. My boy J.J. Watt, number 99. I saw him out there. He was physical. He got a sack on Derek Carr. How pathetic is that? But give it up to J.J. Watt. Watch him play out of his tail at the rest of the year. And finally, the final game. I saved this one because I'm a big supporter, and I just love the Miami Dolphins. Of course, I love the Baltimore Ravens. I do love the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to John Harbaugh. That's my boy. That's my coach, John Harbaugh, fellow MU, fellow compatriot. And yet, the way the Dolphins rallied, hung in there, they were down. This is just that they didn't give up. This was a dominating performance by the Ravens, but the Dolphins just turned it on. by the third quarter, by the fourth quarter. And yes, Waddle scores 2 touchdowns. The Dolphins defense stepped up. And Chiseki, he scored a touchdown, looking so good. The tight end for the Dolphins, looking so good. And then my boy Tyreek Hill scores 2 touchdowns. My boy, yes, my boy Tyreek Hill, Mr. Electric, Mr. Alpha, makes things happen. and he scores 2. And Tua, now I learned much more about Tua. Did one heck of a job. Given to Tua, making plays, didn't get discouraged, throws an interception, throws another interception, but he just said, lock it in. And then I saw the press conference, the presser by McDaniel, the head coach. And I told you about the head coach. He is just phenomenal. I'm crazy about the head coach. I'm serious. I'm just crazy about the head coach, Mike McDaniel, when you see him talk in the press, he is so intellectually deep. This guy is just so deep, and relatable. And he relates to the players. And he said in the presser at the end, he said, guys, I know we're down. This is about just improving ourselves. Forget about the first half. How do you improve? Show it in the second half. McDaniel is one heck of a coach. Mike McDaniel, I'm giving him Coach of the Year. Yes, I'm giving Mike McDaniel the Coach of the Year. He is phenomenal. He is just deep, and he's relatable. And the Dolphins win 42-38. They didn't have to be fit. They were just fluid. They were just fast, just making things happen. And that defense with X, my boy Howard, making plays on defense. The defense was flying around, confusing Lamar Jackson, making plays. Again, the defense stepped up. Tua, and here's another thing that the coach said. Mike McDaniel said about Tua. He said Tua puts too much pressure on himself. He wants to be perfect. And Mike McDaniel said, there's no perfect athlete here. There's no perfect player. Cool out, Tua. You're putting too much pressure on yourself. And then he says, I think Tua is finally getting it. He said, we will see. But he's finally getting that pressure off himself. So, wow. Learned a lot from head coach Mike McDaniel. Again, I'm giving him Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year. Again, I really like my Miami Dolphins, and don't be surprised. They're just going to continue to elevate without any pressure now. They can do it. So, my takeaway, watch out for those Dolphins. Watch out for those Dolphins. Another takeaway, Bills are impressive. Eagles are impressive. Jaguars are dramatically improving. Buccaneers, slow and steady. They're just slow and steady. My Bucks. Slow and steady. Giants, yeah, they making the turn. Falcons, just relax and finish the play. Stop making bonehead mistakes. 49ers, oh, watch out. Garoppolo and Debo are back again. Oh, watch out. Bengals, Broncos, let's ride. Cardinals, Kyler Murray, you still got ways to go, but good luck. So there you go. That's Football 101, week number 2. Yeah, we threw it down. And we giving out props. Please like and subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm still giving you a show each and every week on a Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have this up and running soon. But again, send me your feedback. Tell me if you like it or don't like it. Am I on the vibe or am I completely off base? And let me just say a shout out to college football. University of Georgia Bulldogs are just so impressive. It's ridiculous. Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett is a Heisman Trophy winner right now. He's leading in the bouts. He's the leader right now. Give it props. Ohio State won 70 points. Bama won. Texas A&M struggling, but they're going to get there. They have superstars at Texas A&M. I'm not giving up on them. I know the world hates them, but I'm not giving up on Texas A&M. Again, it's a work in progress. College football was just so exciting. Oh, by the way, I did go see, hung out with my boy, Darian Bailey, in Raleigh, and watched the NC State game. It was fun, baby. So yes, I'm getting my take on college football too, and that's what we do. In Football 101. Just NFL and college, baby. So I'm bringing it. I'll give you more college football reports next week. But again, thanks for tuning in. and we just getting started. Like I always say, let's do this.